Okay, we just had the craziest interaction in a really good way.
You wrote us a whole letter!
Are you serious?
Oh my god!
Wait, I want to read it. Our neighbor, we kind of met her before, like she would say hi to us in the most nicest, friendliest way after we come off from the school bus or whatever. And then we graduated a couple days ago, and like less than a week ago, and then she came up and Mom said, "Oh, you have a visitor." I was like, okay, that's a little weird.
We graduated 3 days
Yeah,
ago.
who's visiting us? And our neighbor was right there with 2 little baggies.
I know, I was like, oh.
I know, she just came up. So basically, she gave us a baggie full of, like, I'm assuming, like, cards, but we're about to really see what's in there. But we definitely said thank you and kind of just talked for a while. She was really nice, so that was awesome, and we were definitely not expecting that. This is what the card looks like. I'm going to cover up the address book. Your neighbor Trey.
Mine says,
oh my god!
At arm's reach. Again, congrats.
We got a cool little bracelet
Mine
thing.
says, oh, it is so sweet.
Purple golden pen. She gave me a purple baggie. So that literally just happened. We were just chilling, and like, you have a visitor, and I was confused at who it was, and it was our neighbor Tracy. And then she just gave us a bag full of goodies. This is quite literally possibly the best interaction that has happened in a long time, because, you know, normally people don't do that much crazy stuff for us, but that was wonderful, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Just a doctor appointment update. I think 2 or 3 weekly vlogs, we said that our appointment would be like June 11th to discuss and with our doctor what is happening with our lungs and our body, and see if my wife can get some treatment or something to help combat the symptoms of her lungs and her body as well. But it was rescheduled because graduation was also in that same week. So it is being rescheduled to next week. So if y'all are wondering, wait, where's the doctor's appointment? Like, they never gave us an update or anything. We're having a doctor's appointment. I don't know if this will be the first of many, but I think we're basically just getting a couple tests done, and just discussing mainly about the symptoms that we've been having for over 60 plus days straight. And our lungs just suck because since 2021, me and my wife and my husband believe that we might have exercise-induced asthma, not asthma, because I don't experience wheezing or coughing when I get sick, or pollen or things like that, but only when I exercise, especially when my wife exercises nowadays, we get extreme pain in our lungs. Like, it feels like we cannot breathe. It feels like our lungs are tightening, and we cough like hell. We almost cough so much to the point we almost make ourselves throw up. It really dawned on us at our friend's birthday party in April that we were running with our 9-year-old friend, which sounds really fucking creepy. Wait a minute.
It's one of our
cousins.
Yeah, cousins.
Sister.
It's part of our cousin. The 9-year-old child is part of our cousin's family.
Yeah, and she insisted, hey, can we play tag or something?
No, Donnie, he'll just put it in.
Oh my god.
That's on her.
Oh no! So my wife started running after her and stuff like that, and within actually literally a minute, her lungs felt awful. Her lungs, like her chest started tightening up there. She started having pain, and she could not get a deep breath in at all. She felt like she legitimately couldn't breathe at multiple points, and Anna kept saying, hey, like, keep running, like, we have to set, like, a booby trap or something, because, you know, she was running away from a younger kid than her who was teasing her or whatever. So Sydney just, you know, kept running and stuff like that, because it wasn't that bad. But then within 2 to 3 minutes, they were sharp pain. Like, it was very, very uncomfortable. And even at one point, there was adults on the porch just talking and chilling at the birthday party, and of course Sydney didn't want to freak them out by saying, I can't breathe, because no one has treatment. We were in so much pain to the point we were legitimately wanting, okay, we need, like, medical help. It was that bad. It was so painful. We eventually found a good spot to say, okay, Anna's now distracted. We can just go inside the house, get something to drink, because I feel like I am about to faint or whatever. And my friend saw us and was like, hi, and she heard me like trouble breathing, and there was gargling and wheezing every single time we breathed in and out. And she was like, oh my god, are you okay? And that was the worst. Like, every couple of months, me and my wife has these attacks with our lungs. But by far, that was the worst one yet. In 4 years, we've been experiencing this. This attack, the worst of it lasted about half an hour to an hour of all that pain. And then, 12 hours after, we were wheezing and coughing and going into multiple coughing fits for 12 hours straight without treatment. Like, my wife couldn't even go up a flight of stairs without... Like, people think she ran even though she walked.
Even when we do a small, like, little songs workout,
she's out of breath,
which basically just concludes us maybe jumping around or, like, slightly strolling, but then she's out of breath, like...
within a minute. And that's with her briskly walking. She didn't even run. But the worst of the attacks happen when she freaking runs. So every time she runs, she's in immense pain. And she has coughing fits and wheezing for 12 hours straight after. I get to have yummy shrimp and broccoli and pasta.
Here you go.
This is what we're having. This is what me and William are having. I'm feeding William right now. Hey, y'all.
This sauce hates me, guys.
Oh. There's our camera. But we having some pasta, but sadly my husband can't eat it because can't eat by mouth. So that
He's
pasta
having
looks...
a yummy blend.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God, you never want to taste by mouth.
He's having that yummy blend. Currently feeding it to him, so...
I'm going to...
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good, thank you. Come on, okay. Alrighty, if you'll take off your shoes, I'm just going to measure your weight and your height. Okay, if you'll stand right over here, we'll see how tall your feet all the way against the wall.
Maybe she's 5'3".
Okay, you can step forward now. So you're 5'2" and 3/4. No, actually you're 5 and 3/4. I'm sorry. Almost 5'1".
Oh.
Yeah, 5'1", 3/4.
Oh. I never got this one.
Okay, we are back from the appointment. All went well. Everything was fine. So basically, I think 2 doctors were in there just hearing our discussion of symptoms and stuff like that. We shared the list, and we talked about our lungs. And after we told them all the symptoms, they said, okay, we're going to go ahead and run a thyroid panel, and then a thing for
Rheumatology. Like something about rheumatology where an autoimmune disease.
They said if I think I had 6 tubes of blood drawn.
It's going to feel a little tight on you, okay?
I've never had that many tubes though. I mean, probably I have. 4, 5, 6, 7 tubes.
If you start feeling lightheaded or dizzy, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
1,
1, 2, and 3. Feeling okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, perfect.
Did I say we? This sticker's for you.
You still okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, almost done, okay?
It's like, I'm odd like that, but that's fine. I swear her arm looked more purple than normal. Girl, no.
I think there's 6 of them.
Imagine shit stars.
I've never had them do that. Cool. You know, 1, 2, and 3. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you may want to grab some water or food or something. Just there's a lot of blood, so.
And if the test came back abnormal, they would send me either to neurology.
Rheumatology or endocrinology.
Yeah, if the endocrine test came out abnormal, they would send me to an endocrinologist. That's the next step.
Something I go to.
If something immune happens, rheumatology. If something was coming back with the brain stuff, they would send me to a neurologist.
Neurological problems.
The 3 places I could be going if the blood tests seem abnormal.
If nothing comes up, they will probably put it under the category of it was anxiety.
Not get treatment for anxiety or whatever, or just kind of calm my nerves down. And then the other thing was an inhaler, because I said, yeah, like you're explaining exercise-induced asthma.
And they ordered an inhaler for him.
Yeah.
I'm going to check all your liver and kidney function, make sure that looks good. To make sure like our electrolytes aren't off, like if that's why.
How would you test that?
It's a blood test. Honestly, I think two different things that we should do is, like I said, we're going to check your liver and kidneys, make sure all that looks good, and your thyroid, make sure that's not why we're having some of the symptoms. That's some like generic stuff. And I'm going to look and make sure you're not anemic. Check your TSH and your T4. And like I said, we're going to make sure she's not anemic. And I think because we've had some non-specific stuff, I think it wouldn't hurt to do a rheumatoid panel. Basically, think that if all of that looks good, then I think we should send you off to the neurologist. Because obviously muscle weakness sometimes can actually come from our brain. But first I'm going to rule out the things that I can rule out. If the rheumatoid stuff is positive, we'll send you to the rheumatologist. If it's negative, we'll send you to the neurologist. And then of course if it's one of the endocrine things, then it would be the endocrinologist. But
they ordered an inhaler, they prescribed it, and they put it in the pharmacy. And they told me how to use the inhaler. But the lady in there was so nice.
She really was.
She was awesome. And I think there was like a total of 5 doctors. And guess what? I know we ate and drank throughout the day, but my weight was at 111.6 pounds. Ooh, I'm growing! The actual full verdict is that I had 6 blood draw tests.
The important thing is he has had 6 tubes of blood. They have tested for it, but he's not going to get the results for a little bit, but maybe this week. By the end of this week, he'll get the results. And if everything pops up normal, we can just kind of negotiate some things like it was anxiety, or maybe he had over-fabricated the symptoms a little bit. And I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying. And if
anxiety can present something.
And if something does come back abnormal, he can either be sent to a rheumatologist, neurologist, and endocrinologist.
I have an inhaler ordered. That's all the updates. I'm finally getting treatment. Somewhere. Oh my God. Somewhere. Good news with the test results. Everything came back normal at neurology appointment. Scheduled if they wanted to, but everything definitely came back normal. So I'm assuming it's anxiety, but if not, we're going to neurology. But I'm not 100% on that yet. So that's all the updates.